has also been a very special part of our Shining a Light on Invisible Illnesses project. He facilitated part of our art workshop in August and was the creator of a beautiful piece of art that really looked at the caring and connection of people. Now, you're an amazing connector, Uncle Alan, and have quite a lot of people all around the world that are part of your yarning circles and come from all ages, stages, different abilities. And what's the message that you would like to share with people around shining a light on invisible illnesses?
Well, first of all, light is an illuminating element that you don't have to reside or live in a dark corner somewhere because of some label that is put upon you because of whatever challenges of life that's been gifted to you. So to shine a light means that you emerge from that dark space into the open, but that can be a little bit unnerving and a little bit difficult, a little bit daunting even. However, the more you do that, the easier it becomes. And as much as, yes, there are some things that are difficult and they can emerge for all kinds of different reasons, but the artwork we came up with was to talk about resilience and talking about sharing and talking about coming out of the darkness into the light. And one of the things that really leapt forward was you got two people with two arms and two legs and they look perfectly all right, but inside is this massive struggle at times with all kinds of different things. It can be through acquired brain injury, it can be through trauma, it can be through all kinds of different elements, and that's not easily seen or recognised. So what we came up with was this idea of having an image which incorporated the sunflower, which was something that Vincent van Gogh was able to create. Sunflowers also, if people aren't aware, they actually follow the path of the sun through the sky. So in the morning they're facing the east, and as the sun arcs through the sky, they actually turn to follow the arc of the sun. Anyway, the thing is, bright yellow is also a colour that is used to significantly illustrate just the brightness, the vibrancy, that colour. So we came up with this idea of doing a large painting, incorporating all interwoven hands of all different colours. In the centre was a mandala of love hearts, and then surrounding all that were these sunflower petals to really bring it together. And then after the original painting was done, we then segmented it into smaller pieces, and then that was offered for people to replicate, not really knowing what the finished product was, which is a challenge in itself. However, on the day it was so really good to see everyone having a go. There was one lady turned up, she was a walking, talking, living, breathing sunflower, with the dress, the hat, the whole works and jerks. There was other people who had mobility issues, they walked up in their wheelchairs, and there was older folk who lamented that they didn't have any artistic flair whatsoever. So that then became a bit of a I'll show you how to do it. And just guided them through that process, and what they were able to come up with was, it was their representation of what we were offering, which is what it is all about. You don't have to be exact, you don't have to be a copy, that perfectionist. You are presenting and gifting what you are able to gift. And so it was great, and it's kind of like trying to play chess with 10 people at once, blindfolded, and that's the challenge. And I have to say, I don't mind that, and it was great. And the end product was that all these people were able to have a go, and they were able to enjoy that process, even though it might have been challenging. And so when people were leaving, they were buoyed by that having a go mentality and to be able to achieve something in their own personal creativity. So a great day was had by all.
It was, and we got some lovely feedback, and I think this whole project is all about inclusion. It's about creating safe spaces, and it's really how we just reach out and care for each other. And the hub at Caboolture was the perfect venue. You know, the library staff were wonderful with all of the things that they also helped with as well. So we really appreciated you being able to create that piece of artwork for us, but more importantly, how you're able to go around and encourage those at the table. And I know Samantha in particular, who created about 7 pieces and had a wonderful time, and that's really what it was all about, just that beautiful inclusion and connectivity. So thanks again, Uncle Al, for being part of this project. It was wonderful. And the gorgeous bestie Marnie is here with me today while we're here with Uncle Al. And Marnie was sharing earlier some of the feedback from people that had been to the creative art workshop and how they were experiencing it, but also some of the things that they were doing a bit of a follow-up on. So things like, Marnie?
A lot of them wanted to know what was the finished product. But as Uncle Alan has just explained, it was the experience was the finished product, and that the end result didn't matter. It was, did they enjoy the day, did they have fun, and did they connect with others?
And they did.
They
and
did.
Hopefully they're all excited to come to our mental health forum next Wednesday.
Several of them are waiting it with fond memories.
Beautiful, because it's going to be another beautiful way of being able to connect with each other in a safe, respectful environment, and that's what we hope to create through these things.
I feel that one of the words that are very important to really reflect on was being non-judgmental, and also respecting that people were able to do what they were able to do, and not to be critical of that, or not to belittle that, or to say in any way, shape or form, well, that's really not what you're trying. No, not at all, because as Marnie suggested, they created what they were able to create, and that was all that mattered.
I know, and I was really selfish because I chose the little heart mandala, which was in the middle of the painting, and I would have to say that there's a few little variations on how that particular image came out under my handiwork as opposed to the one on the original, but I had fun, and it was all the love from the heart, which is what we were putting into all of these things.
Absolutely.
And that's what really
and
matters.
that was the feedback we got as well on the day. People were just really enjoying being present and chatting with people without an objective or without a, as you say, judgment, but even just didn't matter what they wanted to talk about. People created these little groups and they had a great time.
They did. And I think that worked so well at each of the tables, was people feel connected, you know, and there wasn't any kind of
There was
preconceived
no
ideas
judgment.
or it was really, really good. We did done good. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you both for that little impromptu chat with me at, Studio Hobbit Haven, which is what it's
Kitchen
becoming.
table.